Are you one of those people who's always been told that you should have your own show? Well, here is your chance, America.
Oh, good.
What would you do with your own show? We are looking for people who have it. Infectious energy. Pair that with a fun and creative idea,
awesome,
and you could end up with your own show on OWN.
I heard Oprah was giving away a show to somebody that really, really wanted it and had something to say. And I've got a lot to say, but I didn't know exactly where I would fit because I have something called cerebral palsy, which I believe is the sexiest of the palsies.
Okay, when I heard Zach Anner, who is now leading in the voting, a guy who, without a doubt, meets all of Oprah's categories, the things that she asked, you have to have certain qualifications to be able to win this contest. Come on, funny, self-deprecating, he gets 9 million votes already? Is that right? No way. Zach Anner's with us now. Hey, Zach, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. Now, there's some controversy that I guess your closest adversary in this whole process was up by how many votes?
Well, she leapfrogged ahead of him somehow.
I didn't really pay attention to it, and I wouldn't call her an adversary. I guess competitor, but
okay. All right.
No, I mean, I'm just happy that I'm able to get this chance to do this, you know? So it's like, I think no matter what happens with the votes, I'll be okay.
Oprah always has great branding ideas, Zach, and I think why people are gravitating toward your story on the internet, you've become an internet sensation. Do you know that?
I got a little bit of a sense of it. I think we're going to be putting an Oprah logo on my wheelchair at some point.
Yeah, she'll do something like she'll make sure the branding is complete. But I think the reason people are gravitating toward your story is because it's one of overcoming what many people would think would be tough odds and a physical disability and extra challenges in life that other people don't have. And you do it with a smile on your face and a positive attitude. And that, my friend, is infectious. I love it.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Yeah, it's definitely something that I've always tried to have. It's way better than people just shouting Timmy at me as I go down the street. You know, this is kind of like a very a new thing for me, you know, and I'm just trying to take it all in stride.
So you're 25 years old, and you're from Austin, Texas, keeping it weird down in Austin. And is this true? My staff gives me all this information, Zach, and if it's untrue, I will reprimand them accordingly.
Everything they say is false. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, Zach, they just said that you describe yourself as a wheelchair-bound lady magnet. Is that accurate?
Yes, yeah, I would say that. I said it. It's a lie. Your staff did not lie. I said it, but it's not. It's untrue.
Did you co-star in The Wingmen, which is a show? Tell us about that.
It's a mockumentary web series about a group of guys who do a dating advice radio show where they give the worst advice possible. You know, to, like, always put your girlfriend down because then she has lower expectations and things like that. And we did that as a group at UT. It was all improv, and, like, people can go and watch it on YouTube. But, yeah, it was just kind of like a really fun, awkward comedy that we did.
Now, tell us about your medical condition known as cerebral palsy. How has this held you back, and how have you triumphed over those obstacles?
Well, I haven't really let it hold me back. The only thing that I can't do, I'd like to swing dance, but I'm not very good at that, and I'd like to play the piano better. And it's always kind of been something that I always considered myself, you know, a comedian, a filmmaker, and a goofball who happened to be in a wheelchair and not like a disabled person. So I've just kind of taken that attitude. You know, my family's instilled that in me, and I've been, you know, lucky enough to have support to be as ridiculous as I want to be my whole life. And, you know, it gets me to the front of the lines at theme parks, so that works out good.
Oh, so you play
great, I think.
do you say you play the CP card? When I had cancer, I would say I'm going to play the cancer card. Yeah, there's a certain amount of time where you can actually play it, and then you have to if you've gone through a number of years and you're cancer free, then you kind of can't keep playing it.
No, I mean it's something that it's just for rides for me. But were you going on roller coasters with cancer? Because I commend you for that one. If that's the case.
Oh, absolutely. The chemo makes it even more of an enjoyable ride. By the way, when you're on chemo and you're on a roller coaster, it's something about the chemicals. It makes the spins really. It's totally out of control.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Hey, Zach, what is your daily life like?
Well, it's been a lot different the past couple of weeks. It's basically I always make movies with my friends, and we've been trying to keep that up, even with everything that's going on with the Oprah stuff, because I just wanted to keep as normal a routine as possible and just do what I love doing. So it's not that different than anyone else's day, and it's just mine has more interviews now, I guess, than it did.
So have you always wanted to be an actor? Have you always wanted to be in media and television, and you figured you'd find a way to do that?
Well, I always wanted to entertain people. I didn't know if I would be on TV or radio or anything, and I wanted to. This is just kind of like the idea for the show is not about the notoriety. I think it's more about like getting the good, positive message out there. So even if this internet sensation thing evaporates in the next 2 days, I'll feel pretty good because, like, I feel that the message is out there now that people with CP can do a lot of great things, and that you should, think of everyone's potential.
Yeah, don't let it get you down. I mean, and I think it's easy to say that, and it sounds very cliche, but I think what happens in these cases is that you go about, you have a great attitude, and there are things you can't do, there are things you can do, and you focus on the things you can do, and you do them really well. And then what happens, I think, Zach, is that your story then inspires other folks who maybe are going through their own struggles, and maybe they're not as big as yours, or maybe they're bigger, and you actually help them.
Have a lot bigger problems than I have, and I just always remember that. Like there are people facing a lot more than I am right now, and I'm just very lucky because I have like a good family and good friends, and that's kind of what it's all about. So yeah, I'm a pretty lucky guy.
Well, I love your story, and again, your competitor had been ahead of you in the voting, and now you're ahead of her, and by a lot, 9 million votes in on the Oprah show, and Oprah clearly is going to. What's the final date of this whole thing wrapping up?
July 3rd, and then I think it's like literally like a 12-step program or something to get your own show. So I don't really know. What happens after that? You go to LA, and then you audition again, and then there's a reality show to get your own show. So it's crazy. So I'm just
it never ends.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a fun ride, and I really do wish all the competitors like the best and everything. And there's been some really.
Yeah, but you want to win, right? Yeah, but you want to win. Come on, Zach. You can't be such a nice guy. You got to win.
I'm not generally a winner. It's all about being as positive as possible. So even if I didn't win, like that's okay, because there's been an incredible amount of support and like just great stories that I've heard from people who have been inspired and who have inspired me.
Yeah, it's terrific.
And that's kind of more what it's about.
I hear you. I'm just teasing you, but I do understand that there are a couple of names of your show. If you should win this, the first name this is from an internet posting. It's going to be Pimp My Wheelchair. Is that really going to be? That's not the name of your show, right?
I don't know if we could extend that into a whole series.
Well, come on, you can do some pretty cool things with that chair. Come on.
Yeah, I think I want to make the wheelchair into a full-blown transformer, so that I can be like Optimus Prime and blow things up.
Okay.
And then we'll see what happens.
I think you need more of also a wheelchair kind of roller derby show would be good, don't you think? Where people are rolling into each other and knocking each other over.
there was a movie called Rollerball that was about that sort of thing, and or Murderball.
Murderball, that's right.
Yeah, that was brutal. I couldn't do that. I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of like a not very strong in any capacity. I'm a little weakling, so I would be crushed, and then I'd have some other ailment that I don't know if I could deal with.
Well, you're strong in our eyes, Zach. And Zach Anner, we really wish you the very best. I love your story, and I love your spirit. It is just a positive thing. We need more stories like this out there in a very difficult time for our country. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too. Zach Anner, who I have a feeling is going to win this show. Oprah always is such a great brander. It's a great idea. Stay with us.
No obstacle is too big. No mountain is too high. No volcano is too hot.
The Laura Ingraham Show.